Hey everyone, it's Sam back once again, and this time we're going to be doing the full review on this Samsung Galaxy XCover. So first of all, big props to gunmobile.com for sending this to me for the review. If you want to go check out gunmobile.com and everything else they do sell, link in the description, go give it a quick click, and go show some love to them on Twitter and Facebook as well. Again, all links in the description, go check out Gunmobile. Anyway, let's get into this bad boy review, and we'll run down the specifications first of all, because let's be honest, that's pretty much one of the main things what people want to know. So on the front of the device, as you can see here, it's supporting a 3.65-inch display. Now, the display itself's a resolution of 320 by 480, so it's not a super high resolution, and the pixel per inch, the PPI for those wanting to know, is 158. So, inside the device, it's running an 800 MHz single-core CPU with 512 MB of RAM. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, doesn't sound that great. And obviously specifications wise, it doesn't sound the highest what you've probably heard out there. Obviously we're in dual core kind of world now, but as I go through the review, I will explain to you that it's actually not much of an issue, isn't that? As you can see on the back of the device, it has got a 3.15 megapixel camera, which is obviously marketed as the 3.2 megapixel, with an LED flash, which is capable of doing VGA video. So unfortunately no HD video on this one here, guys. We'll take you around the device as well. Now we'll give you the actual specifications inside it. On the bottom of the device, you've got this nice little clip here, and this is basically where your micro USB sits. That pops in there nice and that. On the side of the device here, nothing apart from the power access lock switch and these nice little grippy things. So when you do hold the phone, it actually feels really nice to hold in the hand. Top of the device, it's just got your 3.5mm headphone jack. If I can get it open, there we go. And I must say, I do like this kind of like pearlescent orange all the way, all the actual colouring is really nice looking. Volume up and down, and again, nothing else apart from these nice little rigid things here. So at the back of the device, there's the camera, LED flash, and the speakerphone. This little thing here is to make sure the back actually doesn't come off, so you can actually twist it on and off. And obviously you're probably thinking this phone, thinking, well, why does it look? It looks a bit different than what I've seen previously. Reason because it's got a certification which is called IP67, which basically means it's a rugged, tough phone. So if you've not seen already, I have done a water test, which I'll put an annotation around here, and also a rugged, like a drop test. Now again, it wasn't the most comprehensive drop test, but I didn't want to scuff it all up. I just wanted to give you an idea that, dropping the phone from a half decent height, it's not going to crack the screen, because if you drop your phone anywhere, this is going to get scuffed no matter what happens. Everything's always going to get a bit scratched. So, instead of scratching the phone up, just wanted to give you an idea that if you do drop the phone, there you go, they know that the screen's not going to crack, because that's the main thing. You can have scuffs, that's not going to be a problem, but if the screen cracks, yeah, you're going to be in trouble. See there, it's got a little microphone port, and you've got your menu, home, and your back button, and these are actual physical buttons as well, so that's pretty cool. It has got a Gorilla Glass screen on the front as well, so for those asking, yes, it does have Gorilla Glass, so it'd be very, very hard to actually scratch this screen. So then, let's talk about the actual phone itself. Well, basically, as a phone, it performed, very, very good. I did 10 calls, not in a row, but, over the space of a week or so. And within that, of me making the calls, I didn't get any dropped calls, so that were a good bonus. And the actual performance of the phone in terms of signal is relatively good. It's not as strong as some other phones that I've had recently. In all honesty, it's probably one of the weaker performers up to some of the other ones. A quick example, up to something, let's say the Galaxy Nexus or the Nokia Lumia 800, they were getting full bars all the time. On this, I was getting 2, jumping up to 3, going back down. So I don't know if that's something to do with the radios that Samsung will put inside the phone, or just the way they've actually developed the phone to make it rugged like this, but it still gets good connectivity. Download speeds on 3G are pretty damn good, no real loss there, so even though it does lose a bit of signal, it still gets a relatively good speed. I've been using this on the Orange network, so I've been using the HSBA Plus, what most people want to class it as. Other people say HSDPA and all that kind of good stuff. And I was getting around 2.3 megabytes per second, which to me, I'm actually pretty happy with, especially on Orange. And yeah, I think it's a pretty decent speed. So download speeds, browsing, everything like that, you're not going to have an issue with it. In terms of the actual performance of the phone, obviously, as I said, it is only running an 800 MHz single core CPU, so it's not got a dual core, bad boy processor in there. But again, you'll be relatively surprised. What Samsung have done is they've put TouchWiz on it, which they do put on all their branded Samsung phones, apart from the Google phones. This is kind of a stripped down version of the one that you've seen on the Galaxy S2 and the other Galaxy variants out there. So as you can see here, it's a decent performer in terms of the actual, speed of it. And with it all being cut down, it just basically makes it a little bit easier to actually when you do run it. Now, what I'll do now, I'll load up a couple of applications, go back, jump back in, go back, jump back in, just to give you a quick look at what it actually is like. So obviously if we go straight into, let's say something like music. Sorry, not Music Hub. Where's the music application? Music. So I'll jump into the music, jump back out, go back in, let's go to the gallery. Those are pretty quick. Go into Gmail, go into Maps. And I mean, you can literally just keep going through them. Yes, it's not going to be jumping in and out as fast as a 1.2 GHz dual core processor with a gigabyte of RAM, because at the end of the day, it is only running an 800 MHz single core with 512 megabytes of RAM. But for those that are looking for a phone that you can chuck around, you can take it, it's got, with the IP67 certification, it's dust proof, it's waterproof, it's shock proof, obviously it's not indestructible, but you'll find it hard pressed to, damage this phone where it won't work. Yeah, you can chuck it around, you're going to get scratches on the sides and scratches on the back and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, the phone's still going to work. And at the end of the day, that's the reason why you buy this sort of phone. You don't buy this phone if you're looking, for the latest and greatest in terms of technology. You buy it because you want your phone to last. If you're working, let's say, a building site, or you're just accident prone. Because some people are like, oh yeah, oh crap, and like, oh yeah, and then, oh no, not again. If they keep dropping the phone, then yeah, this kind of phone's probably going to be for you. Yes, it's not got a 1.2 GHz dual core with a gigabyte of RAM, but that's not the selling point of this phone. The selling point of this phone is to be rugged, to work, and to work well. And in terms of that Samsung have hit the nail on the head. Would I potentially buy this phone? Me, no, because I'm pretty careful with my phones. The only reason I wouldn't buy it is just for the fact that I do like the latest and greatest in terms of specifications. If this chucked in a 1 GHz dual core processor with a gig of RAM, not a 1.2, just a normal 1 GHz dual core, or even an 800 MHz dual core, let's downtone the Galaxy S2 processor to 800 MHz. You could probably even keep the same amount of RAM in it. And I think this phone will be definitely something that, I potentially look at, because you can just chuck it around, And with these dust caps here, this is what makes it waterproof and obviously dust proof. When the back comes off, it's got a compartment in there which makes sure all the internals in here do not get wet, do not get dust on them. And again, that's the selling point of this phone. It's not, going to be the Galaxy S2, the Galaxy Nexus, the Lumia 800s. It's not as fast as those, but it's not meant to be. So in terms of, it's, kind of like core market, it performs very, very well. If I'm having to compare it against some of the other phones on the market, it doesn't compete, is the honest answer. So again, if you want to see some more in-depth videos on this, I've got plenty on my channel. This will just basically give you an overview, what I think of the phone, what I think how it performs in terms of multitasking. But if you want to see the camera, again, there's probably an annotation on the screen, probably about here again. I've done a drop test, water test, some benchmarking, browser performance. Browser performance is actually pretty decent. When it flashes off, when it flashes on, it pretty much dies on you. But again, I'll put links in the description. Go check out my channel, all the videos on this and more. Anyway, people, I'm going to get off this video. Thanks for watching. Any questions about this or anything else I've done recently, you know what to do by now. Hit me up on Twitter, which is @samjpullen. And go follow me my website, which is just www.samjpullen.com. And finally, any questions, email me as well, viewers@samjpullen.com. I'm heading off to Mobile World Congress in about 20 minutes. So this is my final review before I head off to there. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Cheers, everyone.